The hospital lights hummed like dying insects above me. My IV beeped, my arm throbbed, chest stitched, leg pinned. I had just closed my eyes when the phone vibrated. Not my wife, not my parents, my daughter, 7 years old, brave, soft-spoken, terrified. "Dad," she whispered, "help, please. They left me here. They said I couldn't come. They just left." I sat up too fast. Pain screamed through me. "Where are you, sweetie?" I don't know. Trees. A fire. They said it was just a hike, but, Daddy, I don't want to sleep here alone." The line cut. I dialed my wife. 3 rings. Then laughter. Cold. Sharp. "She's a mistake I should have gotten rid of 7 years ago." Click. Silence. And for the first time since the accident, I didn't feel pain. I felt clarity. They told me I was lucky to survive. Maybe I was. But as I lay there, a broken body tethered to machines, I realized what had truly shattered. Not my ribs, not my leg, my trust. In her. Her voice still echoed in my skull. Not drunk, not hysterical, just truthful, unfiltered. The kind of truth that slips when the mask falls. They left my daughter, alone, in the woods, at night, because she wasn't wanted. And now, memories started cracking apart like glass under pressure. The way my wife flinched when our daughter hugged her too long. How she always forgot to pick her up from school. The bitter way she said, "your daughter," never ours. How she cried after the birth, loud, theatrical tears, then went silent the moment I walked in. How my mother, too, had been growing distant, like they were all holding on to a truth they thought I was too broken to see. But I see now. I see everything. I checked myself out 2 days early, signed the liability waiver. The nurse said it was unwise. She didn't know how wise I needed to be. At home, I played normal, walked slower, grunted from the pain, smiled at my daughter like nothing was wrong. But my mind worked in silence. I started where anyone would, my wife's laptop, her phone. I already knew her passwords. She'd used the same ones for years. Names of actors she'd never admit to loving. In her emails, I found messages between her and my mother. Cold, blunt exchanges. "He's too soft. She's draining him. This isn't the life we wanted for him. We'll take care of it on the trip. Let the wilderness teach her something." My hands trembled, not from rage, from restraint. Then I saw something else. An old appointment, 7 years ago. Clinic name I didn't recognize. A prenatal DNA test. Attached file. Paternity, 0% match. I stopped breathing. That's what it was. Not just hatred. Guilt. The child wasn't hers. She had carried her, birthed her, named her, but she wasn't hers. She was mine, with someone else. And they had buried that truth for 7 years under silence, tension, and cold smiles. Until now. I invited her to dinner, lit candles, cooked steak, played the song from our wedding. She smiled, confused, but played along. Midway through the wine, I passed her an envelope. She opened it. Photos, the email printouts, the DNA report, all of it. She didn't speak for a long time. When she did, her voice was low, calculated. So what now? Divorce? Custody battle? I sipped my wine. No. Her eyes narrowed. No. No, I'm not fighting you. I'm leaving you. She laughed once, hollow. You think you'll get her? I leaned forward. You abandoned her, neglected her, called her a mistake. You left a child in the woods to prove a point. You'll be lucky if you see her again. Her mask finally cracked. She threw the wine glass. It missed. I didn't flinch, just watched her fall apart with clinical precision. I didn't need revenge. I needed evidence. And I had it. The call recordings, the messages, the voicemail from my daughter, saved and time-stamped. I gave everything to the lawyer, to child services, to the press. Not in anger, just methodically. She was suspended from her teaching job within a week. My mother's real estate firm issued a public apology, then let her go. My daughter testified in court. Her voice shook, but she never looked away from her mother. I asked her to hold my hand, she said. She told me, mistakes don't get hands to hold. The courtroom went silent. I watched my wife cry, but I knew those tears. They weren't sorrow, they were defeat. I moved far from the city, a quiet house near a lake. My daughter sleeps peacefully now. She leaves her bedroom door open, just in case. Sometimes she still wakes from nightmares. I sit beside her bed, hold her hand, promise her she's wanted. She is, more than anything. People ask if I miss my wife, my family. No, they died long before that camping trip. That call from the hospital didn't destroy me, it freed me. Pain doesn't always scream. Sometimes it whispers. She was never yours. And I whisper back, no, she's mine now.